Brats, we're still using the Valve Index. We're still checking it out and seeing what we think about it. And something that some people say is an issue is they feel like the controllers just aren't girthy enough. They just don't have enough to hang on to when you're grabbing stuff. Kiwi sent us some products, and they actually sent us a bunch of them, so we might have to give some of these away. Let's see what these are. So these are the Kiwi Design hand covers for the Valve Index. We got yellow, we got blue, and we got red. Nice solid plastic. They say Kiwi Design on them. These are just meant to clasp on over the original controllers and just add some extra width. You know, it definitely does feel a lot more substantial, I will say, in comparison. If you're someone who feels like, oh, these are tiny, I don't like them, they definitely add some grip. They don't fit amazingly well, though. When you're squeezing, you can kind of feel them flexing and bending. I don't know if you can hear that, but that's the sound of them flexing and bending on there. They have a lot of texture on them, so they're not nearly as smooth, so they give you something to hang on to. Boy, if they just fit a little better, or if they were made out of silicone or something that would like stay on there a little better, I feel like I'd like them better, because I do feel like when I hold the Valve Index controllers, they do feel kind of unsubstantial, and I've seen solutions like these on Reddit and other places to add something to it. Some of them even have a backside here that like has some finger separations that help you hang on to it and feel good about it. Definitely gonna be, how does it feel in game is gonna be a big test. Does it affect the fact that when you're grabbing stuff, you have to hold on to it in the Index? Does it mess with that? So we're gonna go play some games with these on, get some thoughts back to you about our final thoughts, what these are they worth the price, the money, and all that. Let's go play some games.
3 weeks later.
Spent a lot of time playing games on the Valve Index to get you some final thoughts on these Kiwi grips that extend the grip on these, extend the girthy feel of them, just everything you've got going on here. So what did they do? They slip like we thought they would a little bit. When you squeeze them, you kind of feel the plastic in them flexing and bending. It doesn't feel like they're gonna break, but it doesn't feel as solid as the original controller does. Strangely, I kind of liked that, because I always feel like when you squeeze the controller, you never really know if you are grabbing something or not in the game. It's kind of uncertain with the Index until you get used to it. So feeling that kind of tension when I squeeze it kind of felt like grabbing a grip button versus just squeezing something that you don't feel change. So that I kind of liked. The grippiness on them, the extra feel they add to the controllers, I actually kind of like that too. I'm gonna keep them on there as long as I use the Index. I like the feel it's giving them. It does make me want to experiment with some of the other sets I've seen on Etsy that have the finger grips in the front and stuff too. I don't know if I'd say they're worth paying for the extra cost you have to put in, but if you're someone who's had the Index controllers and you just think, oh, they're too insignificant, they're too small for my hands, these might be worth a try. Get a set, check them out and see what you think, and let me know in the comments, because I'd love to hear your thoughts on them. But they just add enough to the controllers that it makes the controllers feel like they should have fell in the first place, is really what it comes down to. Let me know out there if you played with the set or any others. If you have a set that you recommend that's kind of like these, but is more solid, doesn't flex as much when you squeeze them, I'd love to check those out, so I might get a set if you let me know in the comments. Thank you for coming out and being here with me today, and I will see you in another reality.